YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Slick Rob 713, and look what we have here. This is my wife's Lexus, and she got into an accident about a year ago. So we ended up finally getting the car, and our insurance, well, we basically had liability insurance on the vehicle, so they deemed her at fault, so there was nothing that they really could do. And their insurance was not going to pay for our car because, you know, she was at fault. So we're stuck either repairing this car or we're just going to junk it and sell it for parts. But yeah, this is her car and this is all the damage. She basically got sideswiped and her whole front end got taken off. So the main thing that I'm going to do right now is take off the battery, see if there's power in the car, and we're going to remove almost all of this front end right here as much as we can. I'm trying to inspect the frame at the very bottom and inspect the frame at the control arm on this wheel, because if it's bent, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to scrap it for parts and just be done with this. So this is going to be either a quick video of this car or it could be a restoration build type of video. So we'll see how this video goes and how this little journey will go with this car, guys. So I'm gonna try to blog it and try to give you as much progress on this vehicle as much as possible, so stay tuned. All right, you guys, so we removed most of the stuff that was mangled up, bent up and all that. It was mostly the radiator and some of the radiator support. So as you can see, some of the damage is right here. So this has to get pulled a little more this way. Basically from right here, it has to get pulled and kind of slightly pulled a little to the left. And the main part of the damage is right here. As y'all can see, this pillar or front side member, whatever you want to call it, it got bent and it got pushed down pretty bad, man. As you can see, the kink is literally like right there. And look at the sway bar. Move some of this stuff out the way. Look at that right there. It's basically supposed to sit. This is supposed to be like right here. Hold on, let me see if I can show you that a little better, because we have a bunch of stuff in the way. Like basically this piece right here is supposed to be like touching right here and this part right here. So this is supposed to be right here. So it got pushed back a good far amount from where it's at. So yeah, guys, we're gonna try to at least try to bend it back and see if we can somewhat fix this pillar first, because this is the main one that's pretty bad. This one's all right. This one just needs to get bent, and you could actually cut a piece basically from like right here. See how it's kind of lifted up? We could cut it from right here and then cut it all the way down, and then just put weld another piece to this right here, and that should hold for the meantime. But I've never done any type of collision work before, so this is like sort of like a new project for me. This is something that I've always wanted to do though too, man. I've always wanted to like fix a wrecked up car and see if I could be able to do it myself. But as far as the welding part for that, I have no experience on that, so I'm gonna have to find somebody that wants to weld. But as far as like cutting it off and all that, I think I'll do that myself. But honestly, I think I could just cut it from like right here. Just cut this piece and just weld another piece to it right there, and that should work. That should work for that piece right there. This is where basically the headlamp sits. This is some of the housing for it. So this side is not that bad. This side is pretty bad. It's all mangled up, so hopefully if this side gets bent back, we'll be able to somewhat fix this. But if not, I believe you could take this piece off It's got welds, factory welds, but I believe if you drill some holes like right here, and I believe right here, we should be able to take this piece off. And I've already looked on eBay. They sell these pieces like individually. They don't sell the whole radiator support like all together. Like for some reason on this model car for Lexus, it's individually. Like they have this pieces individually for the headlamps. They got the top part individually, and then the bottom part is individual, and everything else is just part, like I guess part of the frame or whatever. Like I said, I'm not too sure with, I don't have too much experience with collision work, so I've never really done anything like that. So this is like basically my first attempt to do something like that. So yeah guys, so right now we're gonna try to power on the car. I'm not gonna start it because I need to check if it has fuel. We already added water. I kind of did my hose this way so the water could go in there, and you can hear we got water in there. This hose is supposed to be downward and it goes into the radiator downward. It's the lower radiator hose, but in order for me to add water, I'm just gonna add it like this, and if it needs water just for a little bit, we'll keep adding it this way. And we already have some of the oil lines capped off, and this one should be fine. I just capped it right here because it was actually cut off right there, so if it leaks from right there, it'll be all right. It ain't no problem, no big issue. But yeah, we already charged up the battery, so we're gonna plug up the battery right now and see if we get power, guys. So keep watching. All right, we got spark. That's a good sign. We got spark. All right, we got spark, you guys. Let's check if we have oil. Yeah, we got enough. We got enough in that motor to crank. Let's just double check it. Yeah, we're good. We got oil. Now I'm gonna move all these wires so they won't be in the way in case this thing does fire up. Put these all down here. Let's check these pulleys, make sure there's nothing in these pulleys that could get stuck. Any piece of plastic. The belt's gonna move. This belt's not in its proper spot. It's off. Hold on, you guys. We need to fix that real quick. It's like that one notch needs to just come down this way. Hold on, let me just bring this down this way. There we go. There, it's in the spot. Perfect. We got it in the spot. That is so perfect. Yep. All right, let's go inside the car. See if we got some type of power. We got power in here. Yes, sir, we got power.
Now, my wife had an issue. There we go. We already got it going. All right, the car's on. Will it crank though? No. It's low on gas. It's like I like less than quarter of a tank of gas. Yeah, the starter's not even engaging. But we have lights in here. I don't know if y'all can see that. I got the GoPro mounted on my chest. So, yeah, it's not cranking. Yeah, the starter's not engaging. But we have power though. That's a good sign. That is a good sign. Let me try something. Because it's not. The reason why I have the key fob on the button is because before the accident happened and everything, we were having issues with the key fob. It wouldn't recognize the key. So there's a trick to Lexus. Whenever you have that issue, whenever your key fob is not being detected by your car, just put the key fob next to the button. Once that green light comes on, then it means it detected your key. So that's why I'm doing this right now. But it's not. No, the starter's not engaging. So we might have a blown fuse or a relay that's bad whenever the accident happened. Let me try something real quick. No, not even. No. No, so we have okay, we turned it off. This is what I'm talking about, look. See how it's saying, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's saying key not detected. So the trick to that is, there we go, see? Just put the key fob next to the starting button and it starts up your car. Yeah, but we got there's no signal going to the starter because I don't hear no click. Yeah, there's no click. Now, if it was the neutral safety switch, this thing will let me crank it in neutral. But it has to be the starter. It has to be the starter relay. So we're gonna have to check into the fuses and the relays real quick. All right, you guys, so we just checked a few of these fuses right now, and as you can see, one of these is popped. We have a relay that's pretty much popped from right here, and none of these were basically popped. None of these were popped right here. One of these controls the I believe this one controls the starter, and I believe this one did too. It all is all part of the starting system. And then this one right here is part of the fuel pump. So this one was blown. So I guess that's like a safety feature for Lexus. Whenever you get into a car accident, it cuts off the fuel pump. We did find some blown fuses on the inside of the car. We have I don't know if it's a little dark in here, guys, but we have a blown fuse on the power outlet, which is this one right here. That one is blown. I don't know if y'all could see that right there. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's blown. It's pretty much blown from right there. The power outlet is blown, and then we have another one on the driver's side that blew. And I believe that one is, let's get into some better light real quick. That one is, I actually can't remember which one it was for. Okay, yeah. It was the 10 amp right here, the one that controls the ignition. That one right there, the 10 amp. This one right here. That one right there. That one controls ignition. And I don't know if y'all can see that. Hopefully my camera kind of picks that up a little bit. But it's blown, guys. So we had 2 blown fuses. And I'm thinking this relay right here is blown too. So right now we're gonna add gas and we're gonna try to fire this thing up, because I do not want to basically try to fire this car up with that old gas that's been sitting there for like almost a year. So we're gonna add like maybe about 3.5 gallons of some fresh gas. And the good thing is about this car is that it was low on gas, so it didn't have like a full tank of, you know, bad gas. You know, that shit would suck because I have to siphon that out, and that's more work. So it's a good thing that it was low on gas. So hopefully this fresh gas will mix in with some of that old gas, and I'm hoping it cranks up, man. So we'll see if it cranks up right now, guys. All right, you guys, so we basically put in all those new fuses, and we are gonna see if this sucker starts. Waiting for that little green light to come on. Come on. Come on. We got it started, baby. It's on. See if it stays on with its own power. That's that old gas. Huh? That's that old gas.
Look, it's dripping.
That's fine, I don't care. Dripping oil? All right, we gotta go. All right, guys, it started, guys. It started, guys. Good shit. All right, you guys, so we're basically gonna cap this line right here, and we're gonna cap this line, but we're just basically gonna cut it from right here and then just cap it just for the meantime, so we could start the car, so we could just move it around for a little bit. Not to drive it, but just to move it in and out from the carport whenever we need to move it or whatever. So we're gonna stick this big old bolt. And I don't need it to go all the way in there. I just need it to secure a good clamping spot. That should be good enough right there. And you're probably wondering, why are you using a big old clamp? Well, and my glove just got stuck to it. Okay. And you're probably wondering, why are you using a big old clamp like that? Well, like right now we're on a budget with this car. So these clamps are just spares that I have from previous jobs. So right now I'm not spending any money right now. The fuses that we used to replace, I already had like basically a set of fuses from a previous job that I was doing. Actually, those come from the fuses that I bought come from the 330i, and we are going to try to get the 330i running. For those that are wondering. And I'll make a couple more videos about that car. But right now we're focusing on the Lexus. All right. This is pretty capped off. If anything, the pressure might just swell up right here. But it's just to get it cranking, just to move it around just for a little bit. We should have broke this piece off. And then we're gonna cut this from right here. Hopefully this blade works, because it looks like it's a little rusty. Oh yeah, it's still sharp. All right. And we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna cap this one too. And these bolts, I don't know where these bolts came from, man. I just have them in my toolbox. That's why I always save bolts. You never know when you're gonna need them. All right, this one is having a little difficulty getting in there. But I believe this is the return line, so I don't think this has anything to do with it. I guess we'll screw it in. I don't think this one will make a difference though. But if it leaks, oh well. The main one, this one was the one that was leaking yesterday. That thing was shooting out like crazy. All right. These big old hose clamps for this little ass job. I kind of want to convince the wife to turn this car into a race car. And I'm trying to tell her just to get another car, and then this one will be like a project car. But this is her first car. First time ever purchasing one and owning one. So she wants to keep it, which is fine, you know, it's cool. I don't mind fixing it, but I wouldn't mind seeing this into a race car. It's got a nice V8. Slap a turbo in this thing, give it a nice tune. But we'll see what we'll do with the car. All right, that looks pretty good enough for me. Let me make sure this is perfect right here. because I just want to see if the car will stay on for at least a good minute or so. That's it. That's the main reason why I'm doing this right here. We got this sensor right here that's in the way, but this is nothing. All right, we are good. So let's plug up this battery again and let's try to crank up this car. All right, you guys, so we got everything capped off and we got this little oil drain pan just in case it does leak out. We don't want the same mess like last time. So let's crank it up and see if it stays running on its own power. There it goes, you guys, it's on. Let's check if it's not leaking. No leak, no leak. Make sure it's not getting hot. We got the steering wheel finally in place. It's warming up a little bit. It's a little shaky. I wonder if that motor mount didn't get messed with. And it is idling a little high. Yeah, it's idling a little high. But yeah, it's staying on its own power, guys. So that's the main thing that I wanted. Yeah, it's on. Adding a little funny though. I think that's because of the mass airflow, because it's basically not connected right. But the idling dropped, which is pretty good. It's idling like the way it's supposed to. Let me shut this off because it's actually staying on its own power. I'm not pressing on the gas or nothing. So yeah, you guys, it stays on its own power, so that's pretty good. It just needs like a little tune-up because it hasn't been cranked up in like almost a whole year, ever since it got into the accident. But yeah, you guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you like it, comment on it, and subscribe. Hopefully we'll make some more videos on this. The next thing that I'm gonna be trying to do is trying to work on these side members right here, guys. But the main thing that I wanted to do was try to get this car on and see if it actually fired on and it stayed running on its own power. So now we know that we have a good strong engine. All we have to do now is just basically mess with framework and do a little bit of body work and we'll have another car running. So we'll see what we do with this car. We're gonna decide to basically keep it as a daily or keep it as a project or as a race car. So y'all stay tuned, guys. It's your boy Slick Rob 713. Peace.